I was born without a name. On Narisia, names are not given at birth. They are earned like scars, like purpose. And for decades, I was no one, just a wanderer in the luminous wood, one of thousands raised under the light of bioluminescent moons and whispering trees. But that changed the night the leaf spoke. It had rained for 3 days, not water, but memory. On Narisia, the sky sometimes weeps the past. Emotions, flashes, entire lifetimes condensed into shimmering droplets that cling to the canopy like dew. I was gathering moss glow for the council when I saw it. A single leaf, brighter than the others, pulsing faintly. Not with chlorolite, with something else. With voice. You are not one of them. It said that, not with words, but with impression, with clarity, as though the thought had bloomed in my own mind. I knelt slowly, brushing silver petals aside, and stared at it. The leaf, it looked ordinary, save for the core, where a luminous sigil flickered like fire inside frost. I reached out and the world unraveled. I saw flashes, machines tearing through forests, humanoids in black armor, flame raining down from ships that didn't belong to this world. Humans, and something worse. You are their echo, the voice said again, but not their sin. I gasped and fell back. My heart raced. Too fast, too mortal. I was an orphan of the void, left here after the collapse, when Earth tried to conquer Narisia and failed. Or so they said. But the leaf's memory told a different story. I wasn't Narisian. I was hybrid. That night, I couldn't sleep. I returned to the same spot again and again, like the leaf might vanish if I blinked too long. I stared into its glow until the stars turned and my breath matched its rhythm. If I am both, I asked aloud, what does that make me? Silence. Then, bridge. They always told us that the Narisians defeated the invaders, humans, by awakening the trees, by channeling the planet's song through their own life force. But the leaf showed me otherwise. It showed me betrayal. The humans came not to conquer, but to flee. Earth was dying. They begged for sanctuary. And Narisia, fearing corruption, turned them away, burned them in orbit, drowned their ships in the sky. But one ship survived, and from it, one child was born. I wandered for cycles, drawn to the old places, ruins grown over with light flowers, machines half-eaten by moss. I started hearing things, voices in roots, data in stone. I was changing, or remembering. When I returned to the council, I told them what I had learned. They exiled me. You have been infected, the seer hissed, with delusion, with echoes of the enemy. They were not the enemy, I said. They were desperate. We are them. They turned away. Even the trees grew silent. So I left. I took nothing but my skin weave and a memory leaf, now wrapped in biothread and glowing faintly in my chest pocket. It pulsed like a second heartbeat. I ventured beyond the luminous wood, into the Shatterlands, where storms walk like beasts and the sky forgets to hold shape. There I found others, outcasts, hybrids, children of memory and leaf. They knew the truth too. Some could speak to stone. Others could sing storms asleep. One boy had bark for skin and veins like copper. We called ourselves the Remembered, and we built a village where machines and moss lived in harmony. We grew gardens from ancient code. We told stories to the wind, and it listened, but we weren't safe for long. The council sent enforcers, tall figures in obsidian bio-armor, not to kill, to erase. They brought forgetting dust, nanopollen designed to rewrite memory. One touch, and your past becomes smoke. They burned 3 villages before we fought back. I stood before them with my arms bare, the leaf in hand, now more flower than foliage, having evolved in response to my blood, my truth. This world must remember. I whispered, and I planted it. The ground cracked. Light surged in the soil like rivers of thought. The enforcers fell to their knees, screaming not in pain, but recognition. The truth rushed into them. The forgotten war, the dying humans, the silenced planet. Narisia remembered. Now, the forest blooms with new leaves, each carrying a voice, a memory, a shard of what we were and what we must become. The council is no more. The trees have chosen a new song. They call me Lyra, which means air of silence broken. I am both alien and native, wound and salve, fire and seed. I am the first of the leaf-born.